Right now, over 80% of businesses want to scale without hiring more people, and AI automation is the answer. In this video, I'll show you how to build a legal assistant for lawyers and law firms. This is basically a rack system with a knowledge base. It can search through hundreds of case files in just a second. Now imagine selling a solution like this for $500, even $1,000 per client. This is not the future. Businesses need this today, so let's build step by step. And I'll show you how you can start creating and selling AI automations like this by yourself. Come on, let's jump into the video there. This is basically a legal AI assistant dashboard looks like. So it's a green design. We have put it in here, not with so much of jargon. And also this is chat interface where we ask the questions and submit it through here. And also there's an option to clear the chat whenever we need and to make the conversations, refresh the conversations whenever we want. Diving into the back end of this workflow, so I have divided it into two. This is where we upload files into the vector database. So this is, I have chosen the Pinecone Vector Database for this. So it's so much easier and very straightforward to use, which we'll be diving and take a deep look while we build this flow. Moving on to the next part, this is where it's like the brain of this flow. We have connected this front-end dashboard through a webhook, so whichever the incoming messages through the chat interface is triggered by the book note through n8n, and it will send it to the AI agent. So when this is like the brain, we have given a prompt on how to act for the queries asked by the law firm, and also we have given a custom system prompt. So this will tell how the agent to act. Okay, and info here as a tool we have connected the Pinecone Vector Database. Or then there are queries can go through the Pinecone Vector Database and fetch the necessary data and create a response based on that query along with the facts in our database. And the final answer generator from the agent will be sent through a response to webhook. So we be sent as text in here, or this will be visible in here once the response is generated. So that's basically all bit of this workflow. Let's try and do some few testings and see how this gonna work. In order for us to test this rack system, first we'll activate the workflow, which already active here. Execute it. Webhook trigger is active now. Okay, now I have many full question for this. Okay, let's ask this. It's showing that it generates a response. Let's go to the, it's generating and go into the Pinecone Vector Database. And now it's processing the response. Okay, takes a bit of a time. It was successfully deployed. Let's see what's response. This has given us a long form version. So this is basically the sample. This is a sample agreement. This is what I have added into the vector database. So from this agreement only we asked the question. Okay, now let's see what the response is. Our question was, what type of a business is this partnership for? Okay, this is the response we get. If we want to make this short also, we can tell it to give shorter. But in this cases, I believe that we need a more responsive response. Business purpose, the partnership is established for the purpose of purchasing, acquiring, operating is in owning. Likewise, it has given us a summary of this agreement. Okay, let's ask another question also. Provide successful triggered and response is again generating. Still going on. This time our question was on who are the partners in this agreement. So based on the partnership agreement reviewed, partner on capital contribution includes pay grades or so on. It has given us this is which creates so much of value for law firms and lawyers. So much confident that this type of solutions will be needed by lawyers and law firms, and they will be happy to pay the price you ask for because it eliminates so much of hassle. Okay, let's try another question also. So this time our question was, when does the partnership begin and end? Okay, let's think it's processing successfully. Let's wait for the response. Wow, see how cool is it? Oh in this case it says that the exact date is left blank in the document, so there's no exact date. But it has given us so much of details. I think you had a good understanding about the importance of this workflow. What type of a solution we have given to a major problem faced by lawyers. Otherwise, they have to go manually and read through this document, and it takes so much of time. We can give this all this task to AI and save so much of man hours and save so much of time as well as money by getting into system like this. Okay, now the main part of this flow, if we want to build on how this flow from scratch, stay with me. I have agreed to cover a full tutorial on this. Let's make it from scratch. Yeah, we are all set for the testing. Reading will be needing the Lovable for this and the n8n workflow. So we'll first build up a dashboard and then I have maintained some steps. I recommend you to follow it, then it will eliminate so much of it. So for the prompt, I have given the prompt which I'll be using to create this dashboard. It's also available on the resources. You can get it from the link below. It's available for free along with the workflow. So this will be the first step of the prompt. So we'll copy it in here. Yeah, okay, it's generated now. All we have to do is sit and wait while dashboard is getting ready. We'll open up our trigger webhook node in here. Okay, make shoot the HTTP method as post. So we'll be using the post method. Then we can pass this message to the AI agent. But that's why we are using. So for the time being, we'll be using the test webhook URL that we copy it and go to the dashboard. Yeah, it's still working on it. Okay, once our dashboard is ready, I'll get back to. Yeah, as you can see, our dashboard is ready. So we have the chat interface here and message button. And also the clear chat, but I can be quite different from the one I use for this. Those that press when I was building my own. This is I'll be in again for you to build it. Or in this case, I'll build in this again for you too. So it has a tutorial. But in case, but the both are same. Okay, since our dashboard is ready now, so we can still send data messages. So it doesn't work. Oh, for that, as the second step, we go to the prompt again. Now we have to give the specifically tell that the Lovable to configure is webhook URL to post request to n8n through a webhook. For that way, I will be given a message like this is the webhook URL from n8n that is sending a post request. And then we'll go to the webhook and copy this link and simply paste it in here. So this will be the webhook receiving triggering incoming messages. Okay, and now make sure you always be SAS post rocket. Now that's the second part. Okay, it says that webhook is now added as the endpoint. Okay, yeah, it's confirmed. Now in order for us to test this, we'll activate this workflow. Now it's listening to the incoming messages and we give alerts in bonus H. Yeah, so as it has been successfully triggered in here. Yeah, it shows the output, but it doesn't give us a response back because we haven't found. We are still at the beginning. Let's figure it out for the time being. Let's ping this data, then it will be so much easier for us to do that. Moving forward, we let the AI agent node. Yeah. For the user message, I have also set up prompt for that. We copy and paste it in here. And as for the query, I'll be seeing the message email. Yeah, it's done. And also I have given a system message. We'll also copy and paste it in here. I have missed some part of the user prompt here. So all our prompts are ready. So we have given clear instruction to the AI agent what's its job and how the AI it should act. Okay, now let's connect chat model. For this, I'll be using the OpenAI chat model. I'll be using the 4 or mini version for this, mini model for this. Okay, here's also another important. So this is also an important part. Add in the memory. In here, we don't have a specific incoming session ID. So as a session ID, I'll be using this header ID from my webhook URL. So that's also done. Okay, now let's see whether we can generate the response. So this is just a hi message, but in case it doesn't give us a clear answer because haven't asked a specific question, and we also have a connected vector database. This is only for the purpose to make the part between the chat interface to get and receive messages. So we'll be fixing it first and then moving with the rest of the part. Doing work with the database. Okay, yeah. So this is the most important part of this workflow as I see. Yeah. In here now, we have given as the response type immediately. So we have to change it to using respond to a book node once we have received and fetched the data before we are sending it back to the respond to webhook node. we have to change this parameter set in all here. And once it's been done, so we'll be responding with text message. So as for the text body, I'll be using the output from AI agent. Now let's run this and see. Yeah, it successfully output from the response webhook known for in n8n, but there's a small error in here. We haven't gotten message in here. So we have given instruction to send the message only to the webhook, but we haven't given the Lovable to generate a code to receive the message. So in this case, now we are given that, we are telling that specifically, wait, I'll show you. So I'll copy this. So this will be by message. I'm going to send a response to every question in the chat interface using a response to webhook node in n8n. It will come as a text message. So make sure you are able to receive this information and display it on the chat interface. So previously it showed as a message like this, but we didn't give the clear instruction to receive the message from the response webhook URL. So now we'll tell that message to the, so by this message we are doing that instruction. So let's run this and see. It's still working our own. Let's wait for wait for this to come to an end. I'll hide it back to, it's been done now. So let's clear the chat, and again we'll make this active for the time being, and let's unpin this. We'll be receiving the name data, and now so we save this, and now let's execute this workflow and see. And again we'll type, now it's waiting for a response back from the AI agent. So it successfully triggered down message. So message is basically high. So and we also haven't connected knowledge base to as a tool. So the main part of this workflow is done now. So we are able to send a message to respond, send a message to through a webhook node, and also get back the AI agent's response to the chat interface. So that's basically the main tasking here. Now let's go and set up Vector Database in n8n. Okay, for that, for time being, I'll make this inactive. Okay, I'll be using the trigger memory node. In future, I'll bring video on how to, or we can add, like we change the dashboard itself to upload the binary file through here. This video will stick around for the receiving text messages. I definitely bring you another video how to handle binary files also through a webhook node. Okay, for the time being, I did the whenever I click manual trigger, and I'll be giving the Google Drive node in here, and my action will be file action will be download file. I have already set up my credentials. As for the file I'll be using, so this will be the file I'll be using as the sample. As for the vector database, in the real case scenario, we can add as much as update, but for this testing time being, I'll be using this one. So this partnership is about a wide yard. There's the partnership for help be mainly so if he is a part of one capital contribution. Likewise, they have stated all the agreement details in here. Okay, now let's go back to the database. So you'll be also having that this file in the resources. Make sure you upload it when you do the testing, or you can upload any file you want. So I'll be using this file. Okay, now I'll be executing it. Okay, that now let's add the Pinecone Vector Database. So the action will be add documents to the vector store. Okay, in this case, I have already set up my credentials, but I'll anyway show you how to set up the credentials and the indexes within the Pinecone database itself. Okay, once you have created the account, you first have to create a project. Organization. It's pretty straightforward. You have to give this name and create project. Then you'll come to a screen like this. Before creating the index, so basically this is about it. Also give a random name to this and click create key. Then it will generate a custom API key. Okay, once it's been done, go back to the database. And in here, we have to create an index. That's where it's like for doing now Vector Database, which we add relevant documents whichever to the data within inside the project. So I give a name to this like flow or like quest. And for the configuration, I'll be using the Llama index, Llama text embed version 2. And something I figure out here, you have to go to custom settings in here and put their dimensions as I think, we'll test it up some more. Go to the embedding, just we'll select the embeddings. So we'll be using the text embedding 3 small version in OpenAI. As for the dimensions, we have to select the 1536. So in before mode, if we didn't select the custom settings and create the index, if we create dimensions on 1024, but we'll be in the custom dimension of 1536. So that's about it. The other thing is same. So you have to select the process region, that process server region based on your location, and we create the index. So it's done now. Our next step will be for us to add a record to this index we created. For that, I'll again go to my workflow, refresh my credentials and see whether that's gonna, and now I select the respective index from the list. Okay, and for the document loader, we select the before document loader. For that, we should be expecting a binary type of data, so we'll change it to the type as binary, and we again add the text splitter. For that, we let the character text splitter separate. We let like 1000, and the chunk will have, let's keep it as 100. Okay, now let's hand this workflow and see whether it's working properly. Yeah, it's working properly. Yeah, then now let's go and see whether our record has been created. Yeah, so code has been successfully created. It has broken into, so that's about it. And the next step will be to connect this vector database as a tool for AI agent. Now I'll select the Pinecone Vector storing here, and we just keep it as before, and we give a short description for this retrieved monster one data. And again, we'll select the respective index, and we also have to create embeddings for this. And make sure you select the type, the dimension as 1536. Okay, I think everything is fine now. Let's click save. Okay, and let's make this active. Now let's execute the workflow, and it's already triggered now. We'll answer a question from a database. What is the nature of this agreement? Here query has been sent, has successfully triggered, and it generates a response now. Here, now let's wait for the, so our question was like, what is the nature of this agreement? So based on the information retrieved from the vector in a vector database, the nature of this agreement appears to be a partnership agreement. Below key components and characteristics of agreements such as dividend and differentium. So it has given us a short summary. Now let's ask a specific question. Okay, we go to the, now let's ask something specific. What is profit share among the partners? AI triggered the message, working on the response now. See, the partner and partner 1 has 84% profit share, and partner 2 has 16%. So we have done a great job in here. I hope you got a good understanding about this workflow, and also I hope that you have, this is a small solution, but type of impact that this can make to a law firm and then as well as private lawyers. And so in future there will be a great demand for products like this. Learning these things now will you keep much ahead of the game. Okay, if you have stayed until the end of this video and find this valuable, please subscribe and like our channel. So we'll meet again with another cool workflow. Thank you.